Good morning, my name's Ian Buckley Walker and welcome to my section on SMB TV about gardening. Well, it's springtime here in the UK, and as you can see it's a glorious day. We're basking in the sun here, and I thought what better time to talk about some pruning. So pruning is something that needs to be carried out around this time of year, and I'm going to take you through some basic steps. So when pruning, basically all you need is a really good set of pruning cutters. So make sure they're nice and sharp. I'm going to take us down here because here in our beds at the moment you can see that all of this growth is starting to come back here. Spring's certainly hit this bed. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a plant and have a look at it. We're going to get rid of any dead, any damaged or any diseased leaves. So as you can see on this Senecio, we've got a lovely head on it here, but we've got some really ugly leaves towards the bottom. So nice sharp pair of secateurs, take it right back to the stem. We're just going to take off all of these ugly leaves. Why do we prune? We prune basically for three reasons. One, a nice pruned flower and plant will keep away any insects and pests, or will actually just reduce the amount of infestations that you could get. Two, it keeps the plant healthier. As you can see, this plant's still feeding this leaf here, even though it's looking really ugly. So that's why we get rid of it. It sends all of the energy then to the more healthier flowers. And the last reason, of course, is purely because it looks better. Nobody wants to see an ugly plant like this. We want to see this beautiful top part there. So I find pruning really therapeutic for me. It's a great way for me to escape out of the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life. Just take a little bit of time, spend some time just doing some really pretty stuff. So here we've got my hydrangea. Now this hydrangea wasn't pruned last year, so you can see that it's getting really spindly and lots of green at the top. Now when the new growth has just started, if you looked around towards this bottom, there's a beautiful layer of green new growth. So that is ideally where I want to be taking this hydrangea back down to, so it creates a beautiful shape throughout the rest of summer. Now don't be frightened, this is springtime, so it doesn't matter how brutal you're going to be on this plant, it's always going to flourish and it's going to come back into a much better shape. So secateurs, look down on the stalk, the branch, and you'll see a nice bud down there. This is where you want to go to the sort of level, so just in front of the bud, you're going to snip there. We know that there's growth on this because there's a lovely fresh leaf just coming through here, and the height we're kind of aiming for is around the height of all this beautiful new growth inside. So I'm going to be quite brutal with this. So find another bud, take it back. This one here, nobody wants this here, it looks dreadful. Don't be frightened to take it right back into the pot again. Remember, this is going to recover through the rest of summer. So find again, nice notch. One snip, down it goes. This one here, down to the new growth, and so on and so forth. If you find any stuff like this, just lose it. We don't want ugly plants, we want lots of pretty things. So the last thing we're going to talk about is your grasses and your miscanthons. In springtime, we would have left these in autumn, having quite a little bit of length showing above the ground. The reason we do this is so the frost doesn't actually get into the root and the core of that plant. So now it's spring, we know there's not going to be any more frosts. This is the time we take this right back to the soil level. So we lose all of the stuff that we left on. We know that the frost isn't going to attack the bottom of the plant. When it comes to various other trees and stuff, what I would recommend you do before pruning them is to do a little bit of research into the tree. When you do the research, it will tell you the perfect pruning time for them. Some should be pruned early summer, some should be pruned during winter. The reasons for this is it's where during winter most of the moisture from trees disappears into the roots, so therefore it's safe to prune, and that's as a general rule. Well, I hope you found this section interesting and informative for you. If you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is thebeargardener@icloud.com.